How's it going, guys? I hope everyone's doing well. Um, so something that I posted yesterday was highly misinterpreted. Um, and I don't really care what bitch boys followers think. I honestly don't. That I'm not worried about what their opinions are. I'm not worried about their criticism. Because we all know the caliber of intelligence of people who follow someone like him. So, yeah, Siren Jag, I'll message you later, man, about that because I do feel bad for you. But anyway, I yeah, I want to be clear that I don't. There was a purpose behind me posting that. BX recently dug up Molly Golightly's past, something that happened 3 years ago, which I went over this. I played the clip between him and another creator on my live stream yesterday. And the whole purpose, and it ties in, you may not think so, but this is the kind of thing that this is what I've been focused on when it comes to the Summer Wells case. I've been focused on social media, focusing on these parents doing the same exact thing and why it's harmful. So this ties directly into that, whether you think so or not. It does, because it's pointless and it's harmful, and there's no point behind it but to be malicious. Now, what I did, if you read my post carefully, instead of just focusing on the mugshot, the point was, we all have a past. I stated this in that post. We all have a past. We all have things in our lives that we regret. So I find it extremely hypocritical of BX to dig this stuff up on Molly Golightly and put that out there. And the fact of the matter is I've been critical of Molly Golightly. I was critical of the way that she handled the Summer Wells case. I was critical of the way that she handled the Cash Gernon case. But these are families that are affected by. These are families that are they didn't ask to be. They didn't ask to have the whole world looking into their lives. They didn't ask to have the whole world aware of a horrible tragedy that they're struggling with right now. They didn't ask for these things. They didn't ask to be social media sensations. Now, does it mean that they're asking for it by being active on social media? Absolutely not. They're not asking for it, because there's a certain sense of decency that should take place. Now, I didn't put out his real name. I merely shared a mugshot, a picture of him. It's not like I exposed what he looks like, because he's been on camera many times. All I was doing was pointing out that he's nobody to throw stones at anybody. None of us are. I have a past. I don't have a criminal record, but I do have a past. Have I had run-ins with law enforcement? Yes. Those of you who have been following my channel for a long time, you guys know the details of those things. You guys know, because this stuff was brought up and twisted to mean whatever Limey with the T wanted him to mean when she did it, because the SL case was something that twisted social media into a frenzy. And then everybody just got really, really, really dirty with each other. And I exposed some things about Critical K, but nothing about her personal life. I didn't focus on anything about her personal life because I don't care about anything about her personal life. Never have, still don't. And so I'm getting some criticism because people are like, oh my gosh, you guys need to stop with your going back and forth. And if you address him, then, you know, you're just feeding him and blah, blah, blah. Well, again, like I said, I didn't put that up there to attack the man at all. As a matter of fact, on my live stream, I even showed him a little respect. I didn't go digging for that information. People send me information. And as a matter of fact, even the person who sent me that information redacted and kept his real name out of it because they know that I'm not interested in that sort of information. Sorry, you hear my dog. Let's see here. What is the point of exposing someone's past? Like, what does it have to do with YouTube? It's so dumb, and that's not directed at you. I know it's not. Like I said, if you have a brain and you look and see you can see the and actually read my post, and you have reading comprehension skills, you can see that I was merely pointing out his hypocrisy. This is someone who acts like he's some sort of hero in the YouTube community by exposing people for being frauds or whatnot. And he consistently fails at it. But to dig up, and that's fine. He can go on his channel, and I mean, I rarely ever even respond to the countless videos that he's made about me. Rarely ever. Well, I mean, Crime Story, they're kind of right. You know what I mean? Because that's all he does. That's all he feeds off of. He only feeds off of conflict with other creators. That's his shtick. That's his content, is to try to bait other creators into feuding with him. It's pathetic and sad. And he keeps whining and saying, oh, you know, I don't know why you guys are trying to stop me. I'm anti-cancel culture, and I don't know why y'all are trying to stop me from doing what I do because I have the right to do it. Yeah, nobody's saying you don't have the right to do it. We're just saying that you're pathetic and sad for doing it. That's all we're saying. Nobody's saying you don't have the right to do it. Absolutely, you have the right to do it. Like, yeah, that stuff is public. That stuff about Molly Golightly is public. It sure is. But it was 3 years ago. And you're that desperate for content? You're that desperate for someone with a bigger channel than yours? Someone who gets more attention than you? So you're going to dig up something that happened 3 years ago to try to start some sort of feud with her? I mean, and I don't care what Charles' opinions are of Molly Golightly. I'm not here to talk about what your opinions are of Molly Golightly. I'm here to point out simply what? Oh, this is starting again? Okay, before I used to be who was it? Granny Fanny, and who's actually turned out to be a pretty cool dude. But I'm not Granny Fanny and I'm not AB. I am the Glarer, or just Glarer if I'm using my alt channel. I'm Will or the Glare, nothing else. Never use troll accounts. I just never do. And honestly, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a fan of AB, if I'm being honest. Regarding he's exactly a perfect example of what I'm talking about when it comes to the Summer Wells case. You know, and it's crazy. It's gotten crazy. It's gotten crazy. Even a YouTuber that I respect is just sticking to their guns. A YouTuber that I truly, honestly respect is sticking to their guns and throwing shade at these parents, saying that he thinks that they're responsible without having any evidence to indicate this. And because of his past profession, I respect him very much. I still respect him very much for that. I don't have any personal feelings of this person, but I feel like the way that he's handling the Summer Wells case is extremely irresponsible. Because we don't have any evidence at all that these parents had anything to do with what happened to Summer Wells. Because one of those reasons is because we don't know what happened to Summer Wells. We don't have any idea. We don't have any clue. So I just don't, yeah. You know, I mean, I understand the criticism, you know, about sharing someone's mugshot, but if there's one person that deserves that, it's Bitch Boy. Like all of a sudden, I'm a villain because I gave him a little taste of his own medicine by bringing up a creator just to start a feud with her, not to expose her for something that she has done wrong, not to point out why something that she may be doing is harmful or not harmful. That's something that happened on her own personal time. I'm nobody to judge, you know, I'm nobody to judge somebody for indulging a little too much in substances or alcohol. I'm definitely not anybody to judge for that. And unfortunately, she was caught on video and it got released, and it must have been mortifying for her. It must have been. And then to bring it up 3 years later, what would be the purpose of that? And then you're going to act like a victim when I post something that you are absolutely accountable for? Again, I didn't share any of his personal information. See, Trinity, if you're just logging on, rewind. I explained this already. And I agree with you, Thunder Beat Before Lightning. Interesting name, by the way. It's bigger than this family. To hate on those who deal with poverty and assume things about them is just gross and immature. Exactly. Exactly. And all I was doing was pointing out that if he's going to point out something about any creator, specifically Molly Golightly, specifically me, because he's acting like he's doing it in retaliation. But I want to be clear about something. The post that I put up after that, okay? The post that I put up after that, make no mistake, he's been trying to find information on me to expose on me for months. And I shared a thread from his Discord, his public Discord. I shared a thread from it from May, where he is asking someone to send information on me. I posted a video not too long ago, probably somewhere around that time, I think, where it was a screen recording of him on Limey with the Tea asking her for information on me. So make no mistake, this is not somebody who is all of a sudden provoked and it's because I provoked him by putting up his mugshot. No, I was just more efficient in doing what he has been trying to do publicly to me for months. I appreciate that, Bellefleur. So, I mean, the whole point of that post was you don't get to throw stones because you live in a very glass house. That's all that is. That's all that is. I have a sense of community, people. I don't agree with people putting people's personal information out there. I don't agree with digging up people's pasts and throwing it in their face just because you're trying to do what? Gain content? He just did a stupid premiere where he was streaming my content and he was saying that he just does it for content. He admitted that he just does this for content. But what does that say about you if you find that kind of content entertaining? What does that say about your level of intelligence? How is posting a mugshot doxing someone? Please explain that to me. Yeah, I agree, Nicole H. But here's the thing: is at the same time, it's am I fed up? Sure, I'm not going to deny that. I'm absolutely fed up. It's annoying. It's irritating. It's like having a fly that just won't stop buzzing around your face. Whenever anybody goes and looks up my name, all of his videos pop up in the search. See, this is the level of intelligence that I'm talking about. What? First of all, I could barely even read that. I don't even know what you mean by that. Yeah, I showed his mugshot. I showed his face. I showed the fact that he had a mugshot taken at some point, meaning that he doesn't get to criticize anybody else for making mistakes in their past. That's all. That's the entire point of that. All right, Mystic Firefly, you're starting to get on my nerves. So it's gonna get to a point where I'm just gonna hide you. Yeah, so I mean, and what's funny is someone else sent me the footage of his MMA fight, which once I watched it, I was kind of impressed actually. But it did tell me a lot, the fact that he only had the one fight. But the thing is the reason why I didn't play the fight was because the title of the fight has his real name in it. So I do know his real name, but I'm not interested in it. I don't care. You know, I don't care to know this person even on YouTube, much less in real life. But this dude just can't keep my name out of his mouth. He just can't stop posting videos. He just can't stop making videos. And all of his videos are in some way, shape, or form trying to start beef with some other creator. Oh, I explained it. I explained it in the video, Trinity. I explained that in the video that I did yesterday, in the live that I did yesterday. You pretty much ignore him for a mad long time, and he didn't stop. I don't blame you for doing to him what he does to others at this point. Right. I mean, and honestly, it wasn't even like that. It was just, hey, you don't get to throw stones at people, man. You don't get to point fingers at people and criticize people for their past, because your past is not so shiny. We all have a past. We all have skeletons in our closet. And those skeletons are nobody's business. Now, I'm big on accountability. I know what kind of past I have. I know the mistakes that I've made. I know the mistakes that I made are my own, are based on decisions that they're mistakes that based on decisions that I made. I made those decisions. Let me actually just share something right here. This took place today. Now the post that I posted after the mugshot in community, that was in May. Him asking for my information, him asking for my past. And somebody's offering it up to him in this, and he welcomes them with his email. And this, it just blows my mind that there are people. I don't know who this David Cooper dude is. And no, okay. See, this says, what's your email? David Cooper says, what's your email? The Glare says he has no record in regards to police. I have several I attained through public records. No, I never said that I didn't have any record in regards to police. I said I don't have an arrest record. I'll tell you the story. I've been arrested once. You guys want to know my past? I'll let you know. I'll let you in on it. So I was arrested once, right? And I was arrested for not paying a jaywalking ticket. I have explained this and told this story on this channel more than once. And I was arrested for not paying a jaywalking ticket. Now, the reason why I was picked up on that warrant was, and by the way, I was even released and the charge was dropped because the judge was just like, I can't even believe that the judge actually came to the jail on a Sunday and was like, yeah, get him out of here. This is not how we do things. And let me go. Now, the reason why I was picked up on that warrant was because the police were called during an incident. Okay. I had a girlfriend at the time. I was madly in love with her, but she was awful, awful, awful. She would drink and absolutely just lose control and just be really, really mean. She never got physical except for this one incident. And it wasn't even that serious. It wasn't even that bad. But we had gone out and we had way too much to drink. And she was so drunk she was passed out, so she obviously couldn't drive. I drove. I got us home. She would not even get up out of the car to go up to the apartment. She would not wake up. She was snoring. I mean, it's rare that I've ever seen anybody that drunk. And so I was like, screw it. She'll wake up eventually and then she'll come up. And so, sorry, I'm reading chat too. And so, I had her keys. She finally comes up. She gets up, she comes up, and she is staggering. She's got vomit on her shirt. She's, yelling, waking up neighbors, screaming, give me my keys, give me my keys. And I like I said, I was crazy about her. I was very protective of her, and I wasn't about to let her drive home. And we were basically kind of playing the keep away game. I had the keys in my hand. She kept trying to grab the keys, and I was like holding them up over my head because she was short and I'm tall, and she was of course hitting me to try to get me to, and I was just like, whatever, I didn't take it at anything. It's just somebody just being drunk and being stupid, and hopefully she'll get tired of her game and pass out, and that'll be it. But she ended up saying, I'm going to call the cops because you won't give me my keys. And I was like, please call the cops. Please call the cops. So she calls the cops. And of course, the cops are like, there's no way that you can drive right now. I don't blame him for keeping his keys from you. And so then they say that they tell me, they say, did you get physical with her in any way? And I said, of course not. I said, well, I mean, look at me and look at her. I mean, there's, I'm the one with marks on me from her clawing and biting. She literally bit my hand, to try to get the keys out. And it was just a really, really stupid argument that got physical on her end, but I didn't even think anything of it. I just, when you date crazy drunks, that's gonna happen. But of course, after that, I make it a point not to date crazy drunks anymore. But so apparently the police report is like super vague, says, he claims she hit him. She claims he hit her. And they both had warrants. So we took them both to jail. Yeah, she actually went to jail with me. Now, she went to jail because she had a warrant for a similar reason. She got a speeding ticket driving up to Georgia, where we were living at the time. She got a speeding ticket driving from Florida to Georgia, and she didn't pay it. She forgot all about it. And so she got picked up on that warrant. And sorry, I'm still looking at chat here too. So, and before I take this down, just as you can see, this is him welcoming information just because he's throwing a little tantrum because I showed his mugshot, and playing victim. Anyway, so she ends up going to jail too. She actually got out the same day. But let me ask you this. Why wasn't I charged with DV? Why wasn't she charged with DV? It's because it was a silly little fight. The cops were like, I mean, do you really want to do anything about it? Because obviously she's completely and totally out of her mind drunk. So, you know, I mean, it's up to you. And I was like, no, like you said, I mean, she's just wasted and that's it. She got picked up on a DUI not too long after that, by the way. And it was funny. It was almost a similar incident. We were driving back. She insisted on driving. She was wasted. And the entire time she's just throwing every insult, just the most verbally abusive shit you could ever think of. And just like 10 feet from the entrance of my apartment complex, we get pulled over. And I laughed like a maniac. I was like, karma. And then when I saw her getting handcuffs, of course it got like real to me. And then I was like, oh man, you know, I was like, do you really have to take her? Blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, she's beyond inebriated. So I said, okay, whatever. And then I did everything I could to get her out, including I bailed her out. I borrowed money from coworkers to bail her out. And, you know, but of course, after this, it was just like, all right, this isn't working. And after that, I decided to just completely and totally stay away from toxic relationships. If it gets to a point where someone is straight up insulting me, that is not somebody who cares about me at all. I decided to have a higher standard for myself. After that. And you better believe that if I'm with somebody and they're that drunk and they insist on driving, that's a grown up, man. I don't care. It's not worth it. So they're getting their keys. I'm not holding their keys. I'm not hiding their keys from them. That to me is just crazy and naive. Yeah, I mean, you know, that incident is proof that doing the right thing is not always the most beneficial thing to do. For anybody. So yeah, it was absolutely toxic, Angela Gold. And I just decided not to engage in toxic relationships, whether they be platonic or romantic. I'm just not engaging in toxic relationships anymore. And a lot of times I come off like a jerk because I can sense the toxicity. I can sense it just coming due to feeling more and more comfortable. You ever notice people just start to feel more comfortable being themselves, and that toxicity just starts to come out a little bit more and more once they get more comfortable with you? I've taught myself to sense that coming on quickly. And so I come off like a jerk because they haven't even done anything wrong yet. And I'm just like, this isn't going to work. I got to go. And I can easily just completely and totally shut someone out of my life at the snap of my fingers. I could easily do that without looking back. And I feel everybody should have that. Everybody should feel that way. Everybody should have that standard for themselves. Everybody should have that self-respect. I can absolutely do that. And you better believe that I will from now on. I'm not going to jail just for trying to keep somebody from driving home and then be accused of DV in the process, falsely accused of it, mind you. There's no way. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. The story's over, Amber Magic, but I appreciate it. But yeah, that's that's all that he's going to get a hold of. And this is a story that I've told many times. But the point is not these things happening. I embrace my past. I'm fully aware that my past is part of a path leading me to who I am now, and who I'm going to be later. I embrace that. I think everybody should. So the counter to that, the opposite of that, would be using someone's past. The shitty thing to do is to use someone's past that they are trying to use to learn from and better themselves for what? YouTube content? I mean, if I was trying to use BX for YouTube content, as far as his mugshot, I would have done a whole live stream about it. I would have played the fight. I would have done all kinds of, I would have made a whole thing out of it and monetized it. That's why I put it in a community post. I don't make money off community posts. Now, have I done things in my past where I've lost my temper, where I let substance abuse or alcohol abuse get the better of me, and I made bad decisions based on that, and I've treated people poorly as a result? Absolutely, I have done that. I have done that. I've done it on YouTube. But I learned from that. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Your past does not define you. Oh, you're okay. Oh, are you talking? Were you the one who put up that post from the screenshot of Mexi's? Yeah, if that's you, then yeah, it wasn't me who timed you out. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you acknowledging that. No apologies actually necessary. Um, but I didn't time. I didn't time you out. And if I did, it would have been an accident. Accidents happen like that all the time. Sometimes chat moves fast. Sometimes chat moves unexpectedly when you go to click on someone's name and you don't notice, and someone gets accidentally timed out. It does happen. But I happen to know that I didn't time you out, though, because I didn't go to time anybody out. I didn't make any follow-up movements to clicking on someone's name. Thanks, NorCal girl. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if that's the funny thing about that is if I were to be judged on my past, you know, and it's funny because I'm guessing Molly Golightly probably feels the same way. If she's being judged on her past by people, those are people that she's probably not even interested in listening to her channel anyway. You know, just don't. If you don't like me, cool. I'm not worried about whether or not you like me or not. I'm concerned. I'm definitely concerned of the opinions of people whose respect I have already worked hard to earn and have earned. I would be, but again, the other side to that coin is kind of the same thing. You know, if you go based on somebody else's word and somehow that affects your opinion of me, well, then, yeah, that's not, you know, you never really did have any respect for me. You don't even really have much respect for yourself, in my opinion. If you allow your opinions to be that easily influenced by someone just expressing their opinions, Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, we all have things in our life that we're ashamed of. You know, it's such a low bottom feeder thing to do, to dig it up and try to use it against them. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not trying to paint him out to be something that he's not, you know. Along with the mugshot, what I did was I put his charge, which was destruction of property, which just goes along with everything else that with his actions here on YouTube. Just a whiny baby who throws temper tantrums, and he did it to the point to where he got he did it to the point to where he got arrested for it. I mean, and he's got such a boner for trying to expose me to be some sort of fraud and some sort of not who I claim to be. I think that's hilarious. You know, like, this is an obsessed person. I mean, and you can tell. I mean, you just look at all the videos that he makes about me and tags my name in, and targets the creators that I surround myself with. I mean, that's all you need to know. Yeah, it's like that all along the East Coast, I think, Holly Marie. I think it's raining everywhere. It's been raining on and off here. I was talking to somebody who lives in Jersey. It's been thundering and lightning up there in Jersey. And I'm just assuming it's raining in Florida because it's July and it's Florida. And that's the thing, is my listeners don't go into his comments and his you know, like, how many people has Cherry K and Nicole H already timed out or kicked out of here already? Or Siren Jag, even. Any of my mods that are in the chat right now, how many they already timed out and kicked out? None of my listeners go into his things where he's trashing me doing that. Not to my knowledge, anyway. Yeah, I mean, the dude is a total bully, and he's not even like, he's not even self-aware. Like, he is the epitome of a lack of self-awareness. I just went live on the fly, man. E. Thurman. Yeah. And I stand by what I said. If you're the type of listener who listens to this garbage and doesn't see right through it, you listen to his words but don't consider his actions as you're listening to his words, then, you know, so what? So what, Trinity? This is my point. So what? So what? And that's the thing, is you could speak up on it, sure. I spoke up about how she handled the Summer Wells case and the Cash Gurnan case. I think that it was very irresponsible, but I didn't insult her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't insult her, and I didn't dig up her past. That doesn't justify, you know, that what she does doesn't justify you being low and pathetic and digging into stuff like that. Like, if she actually does something that is harmful, and this is another thought that really gets to me. I love how this community will sit here and you'll trash somebody and rightfully so, hear me out, rightfully so, you'll trash somebody for digging up the past of another YouTuber, right? But for some reason, it's accepted in this community to dig up the past of the families of a victim of a crime. For some reason, that gets a pass. How? These people didn't ask. They didn't go and blast themselves and start a YouTube channel to try to get clout. They didn't do that. They're victims of a crime. But yet, for some reason, it's justified to dig up their past. But, oh my God, you can't do that to a YouTube creator. Like, yeah, rightfully so. You shouldn't do it to anybody, is my point. You should have a better argument than that. You should have a better approach. You should have a more witty, a more original, a more intelligent approach than to take someone's past and throw it in their face. That's cheating. That's low-hanging fruit. That's not even low-hanging fruit. That's picking up the fruit that's already been on the ground. Because their past can't be changed. The best thing that we can do is move forward and try to learn from those mistakes and try to be better with ourselves. That's all we can do. Let's see here. I myself really enjoy your content and vibe. The Glare, I know a lot of people are saying what you did was doxing. Again, I don't know myself, but what do you think? But what do you think is going too far? Again, I know he pushed. Well, going too far would have been that if it was completely unprovoked, the way that he does to literally everyone. Everyone that he talks about is completely unprovoked. So it would have been too far if that were the case. It would have been too far if he hadn't done this, if he doesn't do this to everybody. It would have been too far if he wasn't trying to do it to me since May. Since May. Look at the post. Look at, like, right now. Go into community on your device or on another device right now. Go into my community and look at that screenshot that I put of him asking for my information. That was in May. It's July. Well, I'm glad Annie brought you here too, Beanzer Bob. Thank you. That's all I did. That's exactly how I see it. I mean, I gave him a bit of his own medicine, which was a sweet little bonus, but that wasn't the reason why I did it. The reason why I did it was to point out hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy. It's straight bullying to bring up people's past. It's all it is. To just decide out of nowhere, somebody who never mentioned your name or provoked you in any way, shape, or form, you go and dig into their past and post it, and talk about it on a live stream and expose. Like, that's straight bullying, man. Now he's probably listening to this. What about you posting my mugshot? That's not bullying. How is that different? I'll tell you why it's different. Because if you punch me in the face and I punch you back in the face, or you took a swing at me and missed and I happen to punch you in the face, that's not bullying, dude. That's the metaphor right there. The dude has been trying to do the same thing to me since May. He swung, he missed, I caught him with a hook. It's as simple as that. Now at this point, I don't I don't even feel the need to talk about him anymore. At this point, I've said everything I've had to say. Uh, if you contribute to his channel with what he engages in for content, well, then you're just as bad as he is. That's just my opinion. I mean, it's absolutely slander, but I don't even, I don't even care. Thanks, Beans or Bob. Appreciate it. I'm sure Annie appreciates that too. At this point, I don't even care. Like, he's going to put whatever he wants to say. He's going to take some stupid police report, put it out there. There's another incident that took place that I've discussed on this channel. Early on, I told the entire story. Man, I don't know about all that, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, it involves the reason why I started this channel was well, I don't know if it was the reason I started this channel. I really just kind of I went through a major change in my life, and these words that are in the Glare acronym are words that I decided to focus on and things that I decided to apply in my life in order to improve on them. And I wanted to, and I just wanted to share that with people. And these things make me a much happier person. And I was really hoping that anybody else who struggles with anxiety or depression or both, like me, this is helpful. It's not some secret cure or anything like that. I'm not trying to market it. I'm not trying to write a book. You know what I mean? It's just it's something that's positive for me, and I wanted people to share it with. And crime cases are something that, I mean, you guys know me. You guys who know me know that I've actually I've suffered loss from high profile true crime cases. I've lost people that were involved in true crime in high profile true crime cases. And I know people who have lost people from high profile true crime cases as well. So I wanted to talk about them because there are things that I'm passionate about. And so that's why I talk about them. I just give my opinions on them, and I give my opinions on how these things affect people, how they affect the loved ones, friends, and families of these of the victims of these crimes. And so that's what I focused on talking about. It's what I've always focused on talking about. But really, it's just to relate. You know, the purpose of this channel is just to connect with like-minded people. That's really it. We're talking about BX Bitch Boy, Nicole Morgan. I mean, the bottom line is the dude is a bully, and he projects. Like, it's so funny when you listen to his live streams, he's accusing people, falsely accusing people of doing things that he is actually doing. It's really pathetic and sad. That is exactly, in summary, what this is all about. I can't think of anything more stupid. Beast Boy had a falling out with DCP because I'm still friends with Josh. This dude still goes after me. I had him on a live stream on my channel, and we were having fun. And then he decided to criticize me on my live stream about being friends with DCP and tried to trash talk DCP on my live stream, and I wasn't having it. And then he made a video using that live stream, trashing me, and then accused me of attacking him, which was hilarious. Exactly what I was just talking about. Total projection. That's exactly what it is. It's a troll channel. That's what it is. He uses his channel to just troll every other creator. Any creator that has the guts to do something positive with their channel. Any creator that believes in something because he envies people who believe in something because he doesn't believe in anything. I mean, yeah, you know, but he can't. He would have already. We're seeing his true nature is what we're seeing. We're not seeing some gimmick. His gimmick is calling people fam. You know, that's his gimmick. Nicole Morgan, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see what you said here. I appreciate you taking the time to answer me and fill me in. I've only been sub to you for a few weeks, but I've enjoyed your content and appreciate the message in regards to anxiety and depression. Well, that means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I'm not a mental health professional in the slightest bit. I'm just somebody who goes through it sometimes. And you know, you're not the only one. I'm just here to let you know you're not the only one. That's all. Gotcha. I totally understand that. I appreciate you answering. Again, that's one huge reason I watch you. You never hide and you always answer the questions. Again, thank you. Well, yeah, man, that's what we're here for. I'm here to hang out with you guys, you know, and you can disagree with me. That's fine. You know, now if you act stupid, then I'm going to call you out on being stupid. You know what I mean? I'm just, that's in my nature to do that. But, you know, but we can disagree on things and discuss it like adults. I want to be honest, after seeing the videos of Molly's past, it kind of irritated me the way she judges other parents and the Cash Gurnan. Well, I mean, but that's not what we're here to talk about, Lisa. You're entitled to your opinion, but is there anything about the vibe of this live stream that indicates that contributes anything productive to this conversation? Is there anything about this live stream that indicates to you that that's productive? that contributes anything productive to this conversation? I don't know about all that perfectly imperfect. I don't know about all that. Because I don't believe in cancel culture. I'm not up here trying to cancel him. I'm not up here trying to get him to stop doing what he's doing. I'm just pointing out the fact that it's pathetic. That's all I'm doing. I'm just pointing out the fact that it's lame. And I marvel at the fact that there are people stupid enough to buy into it. For some reason, it's, you know, it's what they're looking for. I don't get it. 75% of what he hears or what someone says, he misinterprets it wrong. Absolutely. And the very little he might have a point on, he ruins it with his fake laughter and constantly interrupting people. That is the most accurate synopsis of what talking to this person is like. He calls it a debate. It's not a debate. It's not a debate when you don't let someone talk. It's not a debate when you mimic them. Mental health is so important and much easier with a village behind you that understands you. So you are doing great things for your audience, even if you don't feel like it. Glare. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. And yes, I want to be clear. I'm not the one to talk to. Just because I go through it doesn't mean that I'm qualified to counsel anybody. Okay. So this is why Cherry K and the rest of my moderators post this website here. This is why they do that. Because if you do feel like you're having trouble and you're struggling, there are professionals that you can reach out to at no cost. And if you have medical insurance, even better. Go see a professional. Don't waste any time. Call somebody up. Call up a loved one. Call up a loved one. Don't be afraid to ask for help from a loved one. But that loved one, if they love you, they're going to lead you towards seeing a professional and speaking to a professional, because you are very, very important. You're a very important, beautiful person, even if you're different than everyone else and you can't seem to relate to anyone else. I never felt like I fit in anywhere, man. I have always admired your honesty and openness. Thank you, T. I appreciate that. Let's see. If he doxes you tonight, will you ignore him or keep this going back and forth? When does it end? Serious, genuine question. Well, if he actually doxes me, like if he actually puts out personal information of mine, well, I'm just going to have him charged. That's, that's harassment. That is straight up harassment. He ruins it. He's beyond pathetic, in my opinion. Even his regular videos pre-recorded. His jokes are not funny. His little jabs are corny. He completely ruins all credibility and reliability. I agree with that too. And I thought he was funny at first. When I first discovered his channel, I thought he was hilarious. But I had first discovered it. I didn't realize that was the same joke every single time, all the time. And now he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have any jokes. He lacks the creativity to be funny on the spot. And so, now he's just being hateful and angry and trying to mask it with fake laughter and saying, oh, well, I'm just making jokes. Well, but they're not funny and they're not jokes. see here. I just have a hard time having one mediocre modicum of respect. That's a word I don't know. Of respect for anyone who has nothing better to do than slam other people for no reason. I agree with you. Hello, Jolie Wetcherman. Y'all don't mind, y'all you that are new to the channel, don't mind Julie Witcherman's all caps. Okay. It's just how she types. It's all good. So I just address her in this way in return because that's how I read her comments. Let's see. Cancel culture or call out culture is a modern form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social or professional circles, whether it be online, on social media, or in person. Well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're not his jokes. He just takes all the one-liners from the TV shows and movies he watches. Even his stories are from them 90% of the time if you pay attention. Well, I don't watch a lot of the stuff that he watches. He watches like super, super nerdy stuff. Like he's an ultra nerd. And I'm not saying that as an insult. I have friends that are way nerdier than me, meaning like they watch like anime and stuff like that. And that's cool. I'm just not into that stuff. I don't watch CW shows. I watch Superman and Lois because it's like the freshest take on the Superman character, which I love, that I've seen yet. So I enjoy it. I like it a lot. Oh, he's clearly jealous of me. He's clearly jealous of me. That's the issue. Like what really set him off was when I was joking about him writing that he wrote a book. The jokes that I made, that's what really set him off. Because you could tell that he really got fired up and started trashing me after that and making videos about me after that. But whatever, my jokes were funny. His aren't. Yeah. BX does what my husband does, says something incredibly hurtful or just plain mean and sloughs it off as a joke. Why so serious? It's so demeaning. Yeah, he does that a lot. And what he does a lot too is he gaslights and tries to make you and tries to say that you're losing your temper when you're not. Tries to paint you to appear a certain way to his audience when it's just not true. Like he takes what he'll do is he'll take your frustration for not having an adult conversation with him and then twist that to mean that you're getting angry for no reason at what he does. Like I don't get angry at it. I just think he sucks. You know, like I think he's just pathetic and sad. You know, Molly Golightly never asked me to defend her as far as what he did. Like I said, she probably is just like, I don't give a shit what that guy says. I don't care what he did. You know, coming from a guy like that doesn't mean anything to me. You know, I should give her the benefit of the doubt as far as that goes. But it bothered me. It bothered me because I'm real big on growth. You know, I take that very seriously. I take learning from your mistakes and moving forward seriously. Like my past is mine to manage, whether to let it. That's the thing is, and I want to be very, very clear about this. My past is mine and it's mine to do with it what's best for me or what's even worse for me. It's mine to manage in order to dictate my present and future. It's not yours to do that. That's why it's wrong. It's not anyone else's to do that. And I was really hoping it would be uh kind of a how does it feel situation for him, for me to post his mugshot. You know, kind of a how does it feel? You know, maybe you won't be so quick to do it next time. This is me still giving this guy the benefit of the doubt that he would actually take that to heart and go, man, you know what? He's right. I got no business doing that to anybody because it sucks. But now he's sitting here acting like, oh man, the glare is coming after me. The glare's doxing me. Now, I don't think that he's said that I doxed him yet, but he's twisting it to mean that so that his listeners think that. Well, see, the thing is, Sheila Pink May, is I'm not so self-delusional that I think people would actually be interested in buying a book that I wrote about my lame ass life. Like that's such a desperate plea for validation, is to like have never done jack with your life and then think that people actually want to read about it. Like why would you think that anybody cares to read about you? Hold on a second, let me see. Nicole H, Discord or Facebook? Okay, looks like it's Discord. No, it looks like maybe Facebook. Is it Facebook? I don't know. That was funny, Nicole H. Yeah, like exactly, crime story. Like my past isn't exactly exemplary. You know, I mean, I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it either, you know, but it's not something that I feel like that I think that it's so, you know, great that people would actually want to pay for and read about it. I mean, this dude literally in his Discord has rooms in the Discord dedicated to certain creators. Like he has a Just Larry room, he has the Glare room, he has a 10 to Life room, he has a Molly Go Lightly room, he has a Critical K room, he has a Without a Crystal Ball room, all for the purpose of people with nothing better to do in their lives but to go in there and talk trash about them. Like, how pathetic is that? How pathetic is that? Like, are you that uncreative and that unfunny? Like, Dude, we have just the weirdest, randomest rooms in our Discord that Cherry K sets up. And Cherry K is hilarious. They're hilarious. Now, my Discord is for Patreon members only. But the purpose of that, one of the purposes of that, is so that trash talking other creators doesn't go on there. Pretty much. Pretty much. It's basically what my Discord is in a nutshell. It's really Cherry's Discord, but it's for the channel. It's for the Patreon. Right. Exactly, Bun Lady. Exactly. Like, I will never have any respect for that. I will never have any respect for that. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the right to do it. Nobody's trying to shut him up. He keeps saying that. You're trying to shut me down. I'm anti-cancel culture. Like, no, dude. We just think you're a dick. That's all. We just think you're a sad, sorry shitbag. What's up, Jen Perry? Yeah. And I want to be clear. In no way am I saying that he's a shitbag for having been arrested. I'm not saying that at all. I've been arrested. Now, you won't find charges didn't stick. Charges happened like as if it never happened. It's not even on my record. So I don't even have a misdemeanor on my record. But I'm pretty sure that destruction of property for something over $1,000 is most likely a felony. That's the stipulation of over $1,000. It makes it a felony, I think. But that's the thing is, I'm not judging him for that. I'm judging him on his behavior here on YouTube. I pointed that out because he's pointing out other people's pasts. He has no business doing that. So that's all I'm saying. I don't think any less of him for whatever happened back then. I think it in theory, because I honestly don't know the circumstances of the situation, the details of the circumstances. I don't. But again, it just sounds like a temper tantrum. Sounds like just a little boy just yelling and screaming, lashing out, which is consistent with his behavior here on YouTube. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it doesn't surprise me. But in no way am I judging him for having an arrest record. There's, a lot of people I know have arrest records. Hell, I have friends that have done time. Good people. People 10 times the man that BX is. That have committed felonies and served time. Let's see. Who isn't anti-cancel culture? He makes it sound like he is the lone fighter. Come on. When they screw with Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Butterworth, we don't like you. Right. Exactly. Like, that's just some weird excuse that he uses to justify his actions. That's his little mask that he wears. His little Halloween mask that he wears to cover himself up. I'm anti-cancel culture. And he just does that to justify his actions for what he does. Nobody's trying to cancel the dude. We're just telling you you suck. And guys, if you want consistently fun content, join Patreon. That stuff is never, ever, ever stuff like this. Uh, it's it's true crime cases that are usually old, um, and we indulge and we have a good time. Like last Patreon stream, I had Mexi on with me, and we had a blast. Um, and we talked about the serial killer Ed Gein. So usually stuff like that, I will talk about old serial killers or old high profile cases that have long since been closed. But you will not hear me talk about Chris Watts. I'm not covering Chris Watts. That's never going to happen. See, Cherry K, you're like, you keep saying that about Ed Gein, man. That concerns me. Okay. It's not like me saying NK is my boo. Okay. NK didn't do nothing, as far as you know, as far as anybody knows. NK didn't do nothing. All right. That's my boo. All right. She's a freak. She likes butt stuff. All right. Girl after my own heart. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right. But now, as far as Ed Gein goes, I mean, dude was messed up, man. You're freaking me out. Yes, I'm still in Tennessee. I'm still near the Smokies. He's a sweet little cookie. Back off. Oh, you're funny, KDK. You're hilarious. Yeah, so Cherry K made a corner in Discord called Will's Pegging Corner because she's so funny. She's so funny. And what I tell you about putting my personal business out there, Cherry K, this is what we've been talking about. I told you that in confidence. Okay? Told you that in confidence. Judge me? What I do behind closed doors with consenting adults? So let's see. Excuse me. Okay, her witchcraft knows no bounds. Yeah, I just think it's so weird how everybody hates this woman, dude. Like she's to blame for what happened. Like that, dude. Watts is fully responsible for his own actions, dude. Yeah, I mean, I said everything I need to say. It got to a point where I was repeating myself, Beans or Bop. I think we're good. I think we covered everything we need to cover when it comes to BX Bitch Boy. A lot of people do, though. Cherokee Girl 45. A lot of people do. Dude, right? Sheila Pink Me, right? Like, find something else, man. Find something else. Like, even Mexi, he lives in Colorado. He's like, dude, I'm done with Chris Watts. I'm done with that. Kristen, I'm not sure anyone in your Discord can judge anyone else after what I've seen for the first 24 hours I've been in there. But what we don't do is trash talk other channels in the Discord. We don't do that. All right. So Mama Jane, one of my Patreon members, she is requesting that we help her son JP, so help her wish her son JP a happy 20th. So everybody in the chat say happy birthday, JP, please. $20 old, man. That's a rough. Now my son turns 21 like next month. My son turns 21 like next month. I'm looking forward to that. Well, I mean, I wish I could take him out, but he's on the other side of the country and I just can't afford it right now. But he'll be over 21 for the rest of his life after that. And we'll have plenty of time to do whatever we want. But man, 20's rough, man. Because it's not really, you already turned into an adult 2 years ago. And now, it's like, dang, I got to wait another year before I can drink girly drinks as a start. Start drinking what? That's what did 21-year-olds drink? They drink like Twisted Tea and Michelob Ultra. They drink like Michelob Ultra. They drink like White Claw. That's back in our day, though, Nicole H. That's not. Yeah, nobody at 21 drinks Guinness, Louisiana girl. They don't drink that. They're not ready for that. They drink they'll drink like cheap beer, not realizing that they're buying malt liquor. Then they end up doing something stupid. Dude, Jen Perry, I am not a fan of Long Island iced teas, but I tell you, I went on this cruise once. And those are the strongest drinks because they only give you they put only so much alcohol in the drinks on the cruises. It's so annoying. Zima, look at your old ass talking about Zima. MD 2020, Jesus, and Cisco and MD 2020. Let me tell you something. The guy who invented crack has a cousin somewhere that invented Cisco and MD 2020. All right. I'm sure of it. It had to be. That has to be the case. Ruin your life. Zima with Jolly Ranchers. It's the only way you could ever drink those things. You know what Zima tastes like? Television static. When you think about television static, like you picture it, that's exactly what Zima tastes like. Oh my God. Oh. It's like, yeah, it's what sparkly water tastes like to me. Straight up television static. Like when you look at, listen, don't be a smartass, okay? When you look at television static, all right, and you picture what it would taste like, take a swig of some Zima or even sparkling water. Like, it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Oh, I totally drank Mad Dog. I totally drank Mad Dog. Cisco Mad Dog tastes like Robitussin. I swear they just took Robitussin and added some water and bottled it. That's what I think they did with like Mad Dog and Cisco. You know what's funny is I love Jaeger. And I hate black licorice, but I love Jaeger. Figure that one out. But I haven't had Jaeger in a long time. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that yeah, it's like Robitussin, dude, and they added water to it. That's and then they took Robitussin, added water, and then like stuck it in bottles and sold it to winos. Wait, what? Oh, I'm glad I brought this up because y'all are giving me some gems right here. Who the hell drinks Crown and Mountain Dew? What? And you can tell the people that aren't alcoholics, like Mama Bear of Two is not an alcoholic because there's no alcoholic drinks that. That's just somebody who did that one night when they were already drunk or was like, this is delicious. And then just like does it. And once every 3 years when they decide to have a drink. Dude, that's old, man. Boone's Farm. Is that even a thing still? Oh, I'm thinking of Bartles and James. Y'all remember Bartles and James? Super smart too, because only women drank that stuff. But they tried to sell it for a little while. They sold it to old men because it was like old men, Bartles and James, and they were in the commercials and they were like, "Oh yeah, we like our Bartles and James. Get that Bartles and James in you, and yeah." Whiskey sour is pretty good, but I still think of that as a girly drink. If I go to the bar, which I never do anymore, but if I go to the bar, I just get I'll do a shot of straight whiskey. Um, I would drink it. I'll drink a beer, and then between every other beer, I'll order a shot of uh of just whiskey. And I'm broke as hell too, so I always just get the house whiskey. Because they want like $10 for a shot of Jameson. Like, no, thank you, dude. Like, what do you think? I'm made of money? I have one hell of a hot damn night story. Slept on a park bench. I think you're the only person who got drunk and slept on a park bench. Come on now. That's that was a that was a Friday night in my 20s, man. Like I said, not the most prettiest past. I'm telling you. You know, I like when they started coming out with the different crowns. Jen Perry, my favorite one is the maple one. It tastes like Christmas. It tastes like Christmas. All right, guys. I think I think that's it for me. I think that's it. I'm gonna call it. I said everything I needed to say about Bitch Boy. I'm done with it. Dude can put out there whatever the hell he wants and twist it to mean whatever the hell he thinks he wants to twist it to mean and just continue being the bitch that he is. And I'm gonna do another live tomorrow, and it will be about Summer Wells, but unfortunately, there's no updates on that right now. It's just there was an article that I thought was very interesting, and I wanted to talk about the subject of that article. And so yeah, I just oh, Yvette Mills, welcome. All right, new member, that's great. But yeah, that's I'm going to talk about that again. I'm sorry, there's no updates. Sadly, it's been more than 3 weeks, and Summer's been missing, and we don't have any answers yet. But I think we need to show these show this family some support. When I come back tomorrow, I'll try to have some information for you. I know some other creators have been doing it too, but I think I should be sharing that stuff too. Is information where you can actually make donations, clothing and food and things of that nature to the Wells family. So yeah, I'll make sure to have that that information for you. And still, since this doesn't mean we're giving up, guys. So keep your eye out for this truck. Cherry K has put up the information. Here's the information on the truck right here. It's possibly a 1998 to 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma with a full bed ladder rack, along with white buckets in the truck. And if you have any information on this truck, if you've seen it, contact 1-800-TBI-FIND, or any information regarding Summer's location or her whereabouts or what happened to her. Not your speculative rumors that you're hearing, not your speculation on the rumors that you're hearing. Nobody wants to hear your theories. Nobody cares what you think. You're not a detective. If you see something, say something. That's it. If you hear something that's credible, report it. 1-800-TBI-FIND. Guys, I love you, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.